Beyond the Mic with Sean Dillon.
We're joined on the star line by co-author of the book, Let's Be Weird Together, best-selling author of the book, Sad Animal Facts, Brooke Barker. Welcome.
Thanks so much for having me.
Let's go beyond the mic. You were a copywriter at Weeden and Kennedy. How did that job nurture or stifle your creativity?
Yeah, advertising was sort of my first job, and I think it's a great first job because when you're making an ad or an ad campaign or a tweet or whatever you might be making, you sort of have to make 100 versions, and 99 of them will get killed or canceled, which is a good way to sort of flex this muscle of just trying to make as many things as possible. So I think it's really helped me in the rest of my career for like coming up with lots of ideas and not worrying if not all of them get to make it or get to exist.
Patience do you have to have when 99 times out of 100 the client's going to say, nope, don't like it, hate it, start over?
It takes a lot of patience. Even after years, you think that you've steeled yourself and you think you're ready to sort of take it again, but it can be sort of hard to try every day and have everything not quite make it. But it really encourages you to do a lot of your own passion things too. I think it makes you think, well, another thing got killed today, another thing didn't work. I really want to make a comic just for myself, or write a story just for myself, or make a book just for myself, just to see something made.
One of my favorite spreads of the book is a portion where it has just pictures of Boaz, and it says one way to tell someone you love them is to take a photo of them every time you eat breakfast. How did that idea take place?
I've sort of had this collection of photos of Boaz. I think it's one of the first few times we ate breakfast together. It just seemed like this moment. It's such a small thing, but eating breakfast with someone is such a nice experience. It sort of means you're starting your day together. It's sort of usually sort of a quiet thing, and having it with someone else just seemed like a nice sort of life change. And as I started collecting these photos over the course of a few years, then we were making this book 6 years later, and we were like, oh, I have this vast collection of photos of Boaz eating breakfast. So it seems sort of fun to put it in there. And yeah, I think one thing I've always liked is celebrating these little moments in a life, these little things that I'm curious about, sort of eating breakfast or little quirks that people have.
This book talks about quirky, unique love. Why did you two decide to write this?
We've always been a little frustrated with the words for a partner. There are so few words to describe a relationship, and yet there are infinite ways that a relationship can be. Some people, they're singing with their partner, they're doing karaoke every night, and some people would never sing in front of their partner. Some people work with their partner, and other people don't understand each other's jobs, and there are couples that fly fish together. And just every relationship is so unique and so different. So when we wanted to write a book together, we thought we might write it about couples, and we knew it wouldn't be an advice book or anything. We just wanted to make sort of a celebration of the infinite ways that a couple can be weird together.
Let's Be Weird Together is the book. And Brooke, you have a very quirky story on how you proposed to Boaz.
I proposed to Boaz, like I think many people should, at a Dairy Queen restaurant.
Yes!
We both love Dairy Queen, and when I knew I wanted to marry him, I knew I wanted to propose, and I thought, well, maybe I should just do it at Dairy Queen because it's sort of our favorite. So we went and we got blizzards, and then I gave him a book, which I guess is sort of telling, that I'd made. That's on the cover. It said, Boaz, can I ask you a question? And I think he sort of already had a hint of what the question would be. And it was just sort of, I think, a pretty convincing case in the book of why we should be married. And he said yes, and he was very convinced. And so, yeah, now Dairy Queen is extra special to us, even though we already liked it.
Okay, I got to ask, what do you have in your blizzard?
I like M&Ms, but with no chocolate syrup. Usually they mix chocolate syrup in, but I like it better plain. In
your book, you talk about questions to determine how comfortable you will be with your significant other.
People, I think, don't talk enough about these little milestones that you achieve, the moment when you're comfortable doing a fake accent or an impression in front of someone, the moment when you're ready to give someone a sample of your ice cream or ready to share a straw, ready to give someone your Netflix password. And so we talk about these kinds of little milestones in the book.
At the back of the book, Let's Be Together, is a collection of tattoos. Were the tattoos meant to be given to your loved one? Wear them together?
They can be used in a lot of different ways. We've seen online people wearing them with their loved one. They each have one on one arm. We've seen people giving them away. There are about, I think there are about 10 tattoos on the page, so you can sort of do a mix if you want to give one away to someone. Two of the tattoos are two mismatched socks, which is sort of we reference in the book of maybe feeling like you and your partner feel like mismatched socks that sort of go together better than a match would. So those seem like nice for two people to each wear one. And some of them are just a tattoo that you can wear anywhere you want, just on yourself.
Another section of the book that I like is the section of, if you're a couple, you should know what kind of animal you should be having together. So you have a little flow chart that breaks it all down.
There are truly so many kinds of pets. There are people that have pigs as pets. You can have an axolotl or a rat. And so we made a flow chart that I think is pretty definitive and will help you decide which kind of pet you should get together as a couple, depending on your lifestyle. So there's, do you want to go on walks with your pet? Then a dog might be better than a cat. Do you want a pet that's hairless?
As part of your great relationship, you and Boaz give weird gifts to each other. I got to ask, what's the next gift you're going to give him?
I've been wanting to get him, and this is sort of tricky. I've been trying to sort it out. He's a really big Muppets fan, and one of the Muppets has a custom jacket that says the Muppets on the back, and I've just always thought if I could find a way to make a replica version of that jacket for him. It's tricky to do, so I've been holding off on that one for a few years, but yeah, I hope he doesn't listen to this. I'm trying to make him a Muppets replica jacket.
Time's running out, so it's time for the Rockin' 8. It's the first thing that comes to your mind. 8 random questions. Anything can be on there. No pressure. If you could do any other career, what would it be?
I'd like to be a clown, I think.
One thing that you don't miss about living in Minnesota?
I would say needing hand warmers.
Are you a plant nurturer or a plant killer?
I'm a plant killer, but I live with a plant nurturer.
What's the one thing that makes you the happiest?
I would say snacks when I didn't expect to find them.
Finish the sentence. If I live to 100, I want to do...
If I live to 100, I'd like to eat ice cream in every state.
Favorite guilty pleasure?
Sleeping in jeans.
Worst part of planning a wedding?
These are hard questions. Worst part of planning a wedding, choosing a wedding dress.
What scares you the most?
Getting blood drawn.
Me too. I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm scared just thinking about it.
Yeah, needles meet, they don't go together. Finally, why should people buy the book, Let's Be Weird Together?
It's been fun at events seeing people buy it. A lot of people are buying it for a couple they know that just got engaged. Some people are buying it for partners. And it's fun just to read if you're someone who likes love. I think a lot of people will see themselves in it.
It is the co-author of the book, Let's Be Weird Together, our friend Brooke Barker. Brooke, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today.
Thanks so much for having me.
And that, my friends, is Beyond the Mic.